Child of God, welcome on today's show. You see, even if we decide to do everything like the way we usually do, which is react to videos or types of videos, spreading our message of love, peace, honesty, and forgiveness, without the help of our Maker and Creator, it would all be in vain. It's why, before we dive in and see the videos we have today, we will take a few seconds and talk with our most supreme creator. Welcome them in our show of today. Let me take this chance, my friend, to share with you some words of wisdom from the Good Vibes book here, The Guide of Life, and hear what it has to say, my friend, about the goodness of God. Because this is what it says. Unless the Lord builds the house, its builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchmen stand guard in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late. This is interesting. Good vibes, soul. I wish you can get some time, continue reading what it says, and share it with us from the different versions of this book that you might have. Now, child of God, let's talk with this wonderful maker and ask them to help us in spreading our message of honesty to the whole world. Dear Lord Father, full of goodness and love, thank you for your kindness, Father, for giving us this chance to be alive. Thank you, Father. Thank you for your adorable, precious child, today's viewer. Thank you for their lives. Thank you for the place you've put them in this world, Father, to connect with us today. We give you glory for that, Father. Thank you for the word from the book of wisdom, Father. Thank you for reminding us of your goodness. May you help us for that word, Father, to grow in us and to remind us of your great love for us daily. Guide us through this video and protect us till the end. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in, child of God. Good vibes.
I am recording this to see if anyone can help me. I started seeing it a few days ago when I got back from my mom's house. I first thought it was a shadow, or I thought it was just something that wasn't there, and now I'm pretty sure it's in here with me. So I'm gonna see if I can get it on camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna be talking and seeing. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got it, but I'm gonna check. Okay, I definitely got it. So the weird thing is that if I don't check on it, every so often it starts this. So I was reading this Facebook post about why you want to have ducks on your small farm. And one of the reasons is they don't eat your garden. Look at them just walk right past my squash I have planted. They're just sifting through, finding all the bugs, eating the bugs. There's so many amazing benefits to having ducks on your farm. Their eggs are so high in protein. And they're really cute. They bring me so much joy. Look at how cute they are. Look how cute.
So I just found out 20 seconds ago that men don't have to pee when they laugh too hard. What? Was that not a thing? I've said that so many times in my life, and I've said it around men. Oh my God, please stop making me laugh. I'm gonna pee. No one said anything oh girl, what are you talking about? It's been known, when you laugh really, 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 really hard, it feels like you're gonna pee. Apparently men don't have that issue. Apparently they just be looking at us like, what the fuck? Why the fuck are you pee? Like, why are you gonna pee? But I thought that was a thing. Like, what the fuck? No one wanted to tell me, girl, you sound stupid saying that in front of men because they don't have that issue. Like, the fuck?
On this one, I think the ladies are trying to pull a prank on us. Good vibes, male audience watching. Do you think this is a real thing that really happens? You see? And to the female audience watching, can you tell us down in the comment section below? Have you ever laughed at one time, maybe from this video or something else, until you feel, is that something that is possible to happen? You good vibes are very funny, you see? Anyway, lots of stuff we've seen. I've also seen some good vibes guy with a box that is arranged to contain natural resources like gold, you see? From what I think and know from this side of the world, yeah? Okay, my friend reminds me that all that resources belongs to this side of the world, to this lands of Africa. But also something else was creepy, you see? I thought if gold, too much gold is put somewhere, once that thing is opened, the light from that thing is so much that it can blind the eyes. Or maybe those are just means from this side of the world, or those people have different type of gold. Is that a thing that exists? Anyway, let's keep on watching. In this next video, we shall see more interesting stuff in the caves now. Let's keep watching Good Vibes.
Hi, I'm Tori Magoo. I was in Scientology for 30 years, and after 30 years, I woke up and escaped out. If I could tell anyone anything, I would tell young people especially, beware of Scientology. If they come near you and ask you what is ruining your life, run. Do not get into it. People think it's going to be funny. It's not. They're very good at trapping people. It is a mind control cult. And that's true for also people from other countries, because they're after people from any other country, especially if you speak two languages. That's what I'd tell them.
If God is real, he would reveal himself decisively to me so that there's no room for doubt. 2 responses. Blaise Pascal said, if God completely revealed himself to you and left no room for doubt, it would be a shattering, overwhelming, indeed annihilating experience, and you would have absolutely no choice in the matter. It would completely overwhelm your volition, your free will. But secondly, a God who bends over backwards to accommodate your unbelief, to jump through all of your hoops, to write your name in the sky with a special little message, and to deposit $20 million or 20 million pounds or whatever currency of your choosing into a bank account would look more like a cosmic butler or a sky daddy than the living God. If God is indeed real, he's under no obligation to jump through any hoops for you, his creature. He is God, and you are not.
Hey, did y'all see the man on here who has to get a paternity test on his little brother to see if his brother is his son? Okay, so the man's name is Logan, and basically what Logan said is when he was 10 years old, his mom started to SA him, and she started this by she said she would take him into her bedroom or whatever, and they would watch porn, and she would start to SA him or whatever. And this happened for years and years and years. And then while this was happening, his mom ended up getting pregnant in like 2008. She had his little brother or whatever. And then I think like 2015, Logan decided, enough was enough. He reported his mom. She took some sort of plea deal, and she got like between 8 and 20 years, which is insane to me because you were SAing your son. She was SAing her son while his daddy was home. It's really baffling to me. It's really mind-boggling. It's really like my brain can't even like fully understand. But anyway, so after his mom done went to jail or whatever, he clearly got custody of his little brother. But as his little brother's getting older, he's like, I feel like this could be my son. And then he did say that the little boy does have like cognitive issues or whatever like that. And he just feels like it could be possibly his son or whatever. So the court has granted him like a paternity test, and he's gonna get the results soon. And y'all, the mama had got out of the jail. She had got released from prison, like I want to say last year. Why the fuck she back? Because a part of her little probation shit, she couldn't contact any of her children. She tried to contact them.
Look at this. This is crazy stuff. Look at the cat fish. Oh, this is adorable. It is rise deep in the 1,000 meters deep. What do we find there? Below 1,000. Whoa. 1,174 meters deep. We find this other fish here. How does it live there? How is it able to handle that pressure? But imagine what's more bizarre. There is another fish below that fish. At 1,460 meters down below, we find this creature here. This one is extremely huge. It is shaped like a tube. That's not even mysterious. There is something that lies beneath that. My God. How long does it take such creatures to reach above the water? You see? Look at this one. How did they even record it? You see? How did they go down there? I think it's unbelievable. Look. And now even deep below the waters. Now this is the levels of almost 3,000 meters deep. You get this fish here. This one does not even have fins. Obviously, it can do mysterious things like the way we have seen, like disappearing. That one cannot surprise me. For something to live that deep, it can obviously do something strange. There is even more strange stuff. Below, almost 4,000 feet deep. Now this is 3,700. There is another creature. Whoa! We passed the abyssal zone. We continue going. My God, we reach Saturn's place. Where are we going? All these are fish. Wow, I'm starting to think Saturn could have been a fish. What do you think? See, we were told that Saturn lives deep below the sea. And now we are in levels of 5,000 meters deep. I'm still surprised we are seeing creatures. We have not reached hell. My God. The hurdle zone. Hell! We are not reaching hell. Wow. Let's see. Good vibes. So we are still going. This is 6,000, 7,000 meters deep. There is another creature, a fish. How? How do these things live? This is not true. My God. Unless this is what we say here is extremely true. That the Creator, the Almighty Supreme Being, really exists. And it's wonderful. Made everything in its own unique image and likeness. You see? In his good vibes will. You, my friends, we have a will and a role to unite all creatures, be loving to one another, full of good vibes and love. Imagine there is a creature that lives 10,000 meters deep below the Earth's surface. Could you believe that? 10,000! Because we are in 9,000 meters deep. Yeah, we have reached 10,000. And below there, we have not reached Saturn. There is a creature that lives there. And God knows about this creature. This is unbelievable.
You know what else isn't talked about? We don't talk enough about the fact that a lot of times your parents do not want you to grow into a woman. They feel very weird and awkward about it. From the time they see you grow up and they realize that you are maturing into a young woman, they feel very weird and awkward about that. And it doesn't matter what you do as the young girl, they will always feel weird and awkward about that. For example, I was a scholar student from middle school to high school. I got burnt out because it didn't matter how good of a student I was. I still couldn't hang out with friends. I couldn't go to a friend's house. The friends couldn't come to my house. I couldn't go to friends' birthday parties. And I definitely couldn't date. They stifled me socially in every way possible that they could. And it didn't matter how well of a student I was. Because it wasn't about me being a student. It was about me not being able to be a woman.
The following footage is actually coming out of Temumua, Veracruz, Mexico. Dozens of witnesses captured an unidentified being emerging from on top of a tree. And they have no explanation as to what it is or who it is or why they are up there. Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think this could be.
My friends, this is strange things you have just seen here. What could that be? Looks like the angel of death. What is that? Or it's just some bird that had decided to put on some mysterious mask that day, you see? Or monkeys. Sometimes monkeys can be very funny. What do you think that creature was in your own aspect? Tell us down below in the comment section. Good episodes. We've seen interesting stuff. Myself, I'm still on the issue that we have just seen of animals that live below the earth's surface. Some of those things, my friends, I still can't fathom. Imagine over 5,000 meters deep. That is good episodes. God is good at all times. Wonderful, loving, kind. God is just wonderful. And He can give our hearts, my friend, joy and peace. And every earthling can be impacted with that. Let's spread these videos by hitting the like button and let's keep watching. Much love to yourself, good episodes.
I intentionally possessed myself with a demon for 3 to 4 years. I'm going to expose to you guys exactly what that felt like so you guys can know if something satanic is messing with you too. One of the first things I noticed was these bursts of emotion that weren't mine. It truly feels like there is a second voice in your head. They make you start to feel like you're not worth more, or you're not good enough to hang around a certain group of people, or you're not good enough for a certain relationship. When you read the Bible, you read the Quran, and even read the Torah, it tells you that it wants to mislead you away from God. They don't want your soul, they want your life. Now, whenever I looked in the mirror, this is the deepest sign of possession. I didn't recognize myself. I did not see myself in the mirror. Every single day when I'd look myself in the eyes, it would trip me out. Another massive one is stomach problems and weirdly pressure at the top of my head. You feel this weird pressure, especially whenever you go to sleep at night, just right at the top of your head, like something's pressing down on it. And your stomach and digestive system is destroyed. Now this makes sense because they say your stomach or your gut is your second brain. It affects our mood and emotions quite a lot. They manipulate our ego and twist and bend it in a way to make us create negative bad habits. Your habits is what's feeding them. Negative habits, negative frequencies, negative emotion is what they feed off of, is what they consume, so they can go back to their buddies and say, hey, I misled this individual.
Ruining white people's favorite childhood memories by explaining how they're actually racist, part 26. Black people probably already know this one, but if you're a not racist white person, this is going to break you. Remember the ice cream truck? Did it have this jingle? Well, that jingle actually originated as a 19th century American folk song titled Turkey in the Straw. But that wasn't its original title. This was its original title. Oh my God, it gets so much worse. That's nothing compared to what I'm about to tell you. So Turkey in the Straw became popularized by minstrel shows, which were shows where, like, white people would put on blackface and then portray, like, black people in, like, ridiculous and hateful and shameful and problematic ways. But, so, like, for the longest time, a lot of the ice cream truck songs were based on songs from minstrel shows, which is bad. But it still gets worse, because these minstrel songs were brought over to America. And, you know, America loves to add its own little, like, especially bigoted flair to everything it co-ops. So the melody for Turkey in the Straw was reformatted into a different song in America from the early 20th century. And that song was called N-word Want a Watermelon. Ha ha ha. And that's the version of the song that the ice cream truck jingle was based on.
Huh. Okay, look at these tomatoes here. What? They're pretty huge. Good vibes. Ah, this one. Did you get them from this side of the world? This is some of them. Like the best ones from the farms, they are usually taken to English dads. Like these guys came across them. They look pretty good. What's they doing?
Watch what this woman has to say.
Didn't see a ship, and I
19 miles away. I saw a ship that was so close, and they said at the time it was less than 9 miles away. Now they're trying to say it was 19. I saw it. You know, it wasn't just lights on the horizon. You could see it was a ship. And I saw our rockets being fired, which that ship must have seen. This inquiry says that they did see it, but they didn't think it was a portent of danger. But I would have thought in the middle of the Atlantic, in the middle of the night, rockets must be in trouble. The whole thing was a tribute to man's arrogance. That man can be so arrogant as to build something and claim that it is undestroyable, if you like. It's the most arrogant. And as I say, all these years later, this interest is profound. And it's because there was no need for anyone to die. No one should have died. Had she had enough lifeboats with 2.5 hours and a very smooth sea, nobody would have died. And one life is worth more than a short trial. That is what I saw. That is what I remember.
If you just got a pigeon and don't know what you're doing, here's how to train them like a pro. The first step is to get them hungry. Trust me, food is a secret weapon. Step 2, when they eat, make a cue, like a whistle or click sound, just how I did. And step 3, make sure to repeat that cue every time they eat. Step 4, start feeding them from farther and farther away. Keep using the cue. And after 2 to 3 weeks, your pigeon hears a whistle and they'll come flying to you. At the end, he also kept looking up, so I looked up too, and there was that. And so we went home.
If you have an urgent request and you need spirit to move like yesterday, I want you to write down your petition and place it in Psalms 102 and go to bed. That's it. That's all. All you need, Psalms 102 and your petition, and leave your problems right inside Psalms 102. Report back to this video and tell me your testimony.
All right, everybody. I just want to get on here and show you guys something that I've seen that women can't do, especially my wife.
What? What? Is it a sport? Something basketball related? Say it then. What? You think I can't make a three-pointer? You think I can't dunk? Because you can't either. So is it something that you can do that I can't do? That? What? Is it something related to sports? Wrestling? What? You just gonna stand there and be quiet for nothing? Breathe heavy? What? Are you just trying to stare them down? Babe, I'm tired of standing here. You wasted my time. I could be doing a bunch of other things right now. Say what you gonna say. You just scared to say something because you know I can do it. Say it! So we just gonna stand here and look at the camera. What can you do that I can't do? What can you do that I can't do? Sleep in? What? That was it? Sleep in? What?
How am I going to show them I can sleep in?
Well, you're just standing there. That's about the only other thing you can do.
If you know, you know. That's all I'm saying.
You didn't even do nothing. You just sat there and be quiet. You try to say you could be quiet. Babe, okay, no, before you turn off that camera, he do the most talking in this marriage. No.
Forget the x-rays. We have the CT scan images of the Boogosphere. And I'm looking at these images and I'm like, why does this look like Stonehenge? Real quick recap for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. This orb was flying around Buga, Colombia. It was videotaped by 2 different people at the same time on March 2nd at 1:45 p.m. One of the recordings is from Jose and the other one is from Maria. Jose and his friend were out metal detecting. Maria was out feeding her cows. Jose and his friend claimed that it struck some wires, and then in Maria's video, it is flying very slowly up and down. You can actually even see lights on the sphere in Maria's video. And then it actually landed in the woods in front of Jose, and they went and retrieved it. Initially, all they had was X-ray images, and that they used AI to help decode what this says. We'll come back to that in a minute. The orb seems to be completely sealed, no welds, no joints. After about 30 days, they didn't know what to do with it anymore, so they recruited the help of Jamie Masson, who is a known ufologist, to which he claims the sphere is currently in a safety deposit box. They've been taking it out and having experts do rounds of tests on it. We now know that it is about 95% aluminum, smaller percentage of manganese and zinc, that every test they've run on it, it has fluctuated. The hardness of the aluminum originally tested 326 to 336 units. Pure aluminum is typically only 65. Duralumin is typically up to 105. But as they've continued to test this sphere, every test fluctuates between the hardness of the aluminum. The temperature changes constantly from 24, with ranges all the way up to 33 for no apparent reason. When Jose picked it up in the woods, he said it weighed roughly 4.5 pounds, but every time they have weighed it, it has weighed something different. And no one has an explanation for that. Maybe something anti-gravity? Or something inside of it is messing with all the electronics. Okay, now that you're up to speed on all of that, these are the CT scan images, some of them, and they made 3D models based on the images. Now, no one knows exactly what this is inside of it, but let me explain something to you. These images here are if it was sliced in half where the belt with the little rivet looking things going around the edge, and these images are if the belt is this way. So it's almost like, do you see this here? And there's like almost a straight line there. It's almost like if you took this one and turned it, that this would be where that is, and this would be where that is. But what is that? Now here are some measurements they did, and the outer edge wall is about 3/4 of an inch thick. Now one thing that they noticed was if you took these out, these go all the way to the center like an opening. Okay, so now in this image, those would be where those two openings were. And that's when I was like, God, why does this look so similar to Stonehenge when it's sliced in half? Don't ask me how my brain put these two things together because I don't know. Then I was like, let me compare it to the outside also. And I'm like, well, that's the language. But what I find super interesting is that everybody was talking about the language being decoded by AI. AI analyzed the language, but not against an alien language, against ancient Earth languages. They say that AI analyzed it against Runic, Enochian, Ogham, ancient Arabic, ancient Hebrew, and even ancient Mesopotamia. So do you guys think this is actually still some sort of really elaborate hoax, or do you think there could be some truth to all of this? So if this is a hoax, could someone explain how it's flying?